Hi, Dave, Heather, hope all is well. John Gibbs here. Wanted to do an update on the website. I want to touch on the Google Doc first, just to highlight a few things before we start presenting material. Um, Hero images, we've updated that as well as changed the navigation, which we'll see on mobile. Same thing with the pop-out navigation on mobile, that's been fixed. Changed this order around as well as adjusted um, the flip-flop the colors so that it reads better. Dave and I spoke about the sign-up option and how that will somewhat be dependent on the email marketing software or the CRM that you're using. So certainly on deck to add, but that's not on the site as of today. We did make changes to the homepage, as well as this order. I have some comments which we'll go through, mostly related to I don't think we have any competitive advantage section, but we tried to build out both the top and the bottom to give you a framework to work with, as well as the product pages. We're going to look at these today, as well as the text, the interactive statistics that you shared, as well as some of the additional text and icons, and we played around with some interactive elements on all three of the products, Balance, Booth, Cabana, and although we don't have anything for it yet, we have the framework out for virtual ministry. Same thing, we made some comments on, or some changes on Counselor and the contact, but let's go in and dig right in. So I'm going to hit refresh. And you can see a few things. The order of operations has been changed. We also updated the hero text, as well as the buttons, and it's just a single image that I imagine this may change, but really to feature the product, because that's one thing that I think I would like to see as we continue to make iterations, more product focused, so that you can get your messaging across. Because, honestly, when you start to scroll down the homepage here, although I love a good testimonial, I don't think this is the placement for it. I think you need to be talking about the product. I think you need to be talking about the benefits and all of that. I think a testimonial is great. I don't think you should lead with it. It should be supplemental. So, if it's something about Mike that needs to be up here that should be featured, we certainly can. But I think there's an opportunity to talk about the product more in this first position, and then go into all the different benefits, talking about the product lines, giving some visuals that have comfort, have peace, whether that's non-product based like environmental shot, or prototype physical booth inside of an office setting, complementing it with some kind of readable, digestible pieces of content that's encouraging them to show you, how good you are, how effective it is. Now, this is the middle. We just kind of left here. We talked about the divide between the two, and then we had these 50-50 boxes from last time. So that's going to kind of make up still the meat of the middle of the homepage, but I realize that is because we're just kind of continue working on adding content. And then as you get towards the bottom of the homepage, this is where we have the white paper call out. I didn't go out and do it. I kind of envisioned a 3D white paper right here, kind of floating graphic on the side of the screen. But I didn't know if you already had a white paper and if there was a cover that we could use that would encourage them to kind of click and download. Same thing, just a comment, is this just a straight download to a PDF, or will you want to have them put in name and email address to capture? And then that goes back to the question of what will that machine be that captures this information and stores that as a CRM or an email marketing software. Hitting the bottom of the page, a simple call out, stay connected, which we'll see on a series of pages. Right now, we don't have an additional footer. Typically, I'll put like contact information, testimonials down there, awards, accreditations. But in this almost more brochure style website, I thought it was, we could customize anything down here, whether it's a contact, phone number, or links to another page. Digging through, we made some small changes to counselors. Really, it was just the title here, as well as some, I believe, the company name option on the form. Welcome any feedback here. Regarding solutions, so we've built out a few of these, as well as a landing page. A landing page. So if you click directly on the word solutions, you can see the product offering here. Eventually, again, I see this more product-based. I see this more maybe the isolated cabana, the balance booth, or some visual representation of the ministry. But they can always click through, to go to the additional products. And now when we click on a product, we now have a somewhat a product template. And a few things will happen. We kind of call out the product, give it a summary, and this is almost a modified hero image. If you're not, I personally like the wave here, and I think it works in your industry. There are other designs that we could do outside of just a straight line, but thought this was a fun way to kind of introduce the product, talk about its benefits, and then as you're scrolling through the website, whether this is abstract people, office images, or again, real photography of these products in that environment, in that office mode, I think would be helpful. But we can supplement the statistics that you shared with graphs. So as they're scrolling through, numbers are counting, titles are moving, but it's still blocked off and easy to digest, easy to understand. This was just a take on the interactive feature. You know, if we had more content to go with this, we could make these flip boxes or let them uncover information as they scroll over boxes. But I certainly just like this color combination, which you've seen here. We've used both versions of, let's call it teal, green, blue, in both the gradient format and also this color contrast. And I really do like them both. Welcome any feedback there. Simple landing at the bottom. So we kind of also took an alternative approach, mostly just top and bottom approach to the Cabana to make it a bit more dynamic. So images are rolling into the site and we have some fun fonts, kind of different, more modern. So as you scroll through, there's more interaction. There's more movement. This is similar, but the bottom has a bit more, again, just an interactive feature. Some would say this is too much, this is a bit overboard, but it's worth showing you. We like to show you anything from things that are simple and clean, and also things that might be more attractive, because maybe this isn't a good fit here, but it could be used elsewhere in the website. On to Balance Booth is where now we start to see our product template. We have a hero image. As you scroll through, you start learning about the product, and then you highlight the features. Use of bullet points, use of columns, and I'm going to hit refresh because I like the way these appear as you scroll down the page, because there's some zoom going on, there's some highlighting going on, and just another feel for movement as they're trying to learn more about the products and letting it be interactive. I see this as a full color image eventually, with these dots that they can interact and kind of learn about. We haven't had anything here, but welcome your feedback on these first two before we build out the content for the ministry. About the team, this is just optional. I don't know what you guys were thinking about Meet the Team, but this is a good opportunity if that's something you want to do. Add bios, whether it's individual bios or all on one page, as well as the look and feel, which you've seen. One comment here, I do have those brand guidelines. We have to add those custom fonts to the site. So what you're seeing today are not the ones that are associated with the brand guidelines, but we'll get those integrated. We did do a contact, really just an update to it. Well, there was one other change that you'll probably see. I'll go and save this after the video, but I know that there was an option that you wanted to have checkboxes where they could select certain things in what they are interested in. And typically here we would be doing interactive maps, phone numbers, email addresses, fax numbers, office addresses, and things like that. And I know that's not really what you're going for, but if there's anything else that would be helpful to have on this page, schedule a demo, anything like that outside of just a general kind of learn more, I think would be helpful. So come take a look. All of this is on the development site, the one that you have. I'll include this URL in the video as well. Take a look. I welcome comments and feedback. Maybe we find some time at the beginning of next week to touch base, go over any additional material that needs to be layered in here and take the next steps. All right. Thank you both. Take care. Have a nice weekend.